Welcome back to another episode of Relevant. I am your host, of course, Rello, and this is my co-host, Rob. Rob, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, people? What's going on? What's up, Rello?
Ain't nothing. What's up with you?
No, man, chilling. Just had a good, week of work, getting it in, you know what I'm saying? Ready to get this in. Holla at my boy. I ain't seen you in like 3, 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Today on the show, we have a discussion about Draymond Green's suspension. Brandon Staley, former head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, being relieved of his duties, and a couple thoughts about the Cam Newton discussion or Cam Newton's thoughts on the current quarterback market in the NFL. So, first off, Draymond Green is suspended indefinitely by the NBA.
Mm.
This is his third suspension of the year. Um, well, I guess you got a couple thoughts, and then give us your thoughts, and I'll kind of chime in on that.
I think so with Draymond, that's my boy. I like me some Draymond.
Okay.
So what he's doing is crazy. Like I've seen a video of him like WWE wrestling, putting people in choke holds, dropping elbows, right?
Yeah.
He done punched Jordan Poole, choked out Rudy Gobert, spinning backhand. Was it Nurkic? That's his name?
Yeah. Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, Yusuf Nurkic. But it just don't seem that bad to me. I don't know why. Like I get it. I get it. You can't be hitting people, but I think they making it a bigger deal than what it is. Like suspend my man for like 10 games. Let my man come back. Like I think suspending him takes I think he brings viewers to TV, right? To the NBA, to those games, because you never know what he's gonna do. Without him, the Warriors are boring. Like you watch Steph hit some threes, Clay hit some threes, if Clay can't hit some threes, Andrew Wiggins hit some shots. But uh I think without Draymond doing all the stuff he's doing, all the antics, even though they can hurt, I think that him doing all that stuff is what makes them successful as a team. Kind of brings them all together.
Do you think him getting suspended hurts helps the team?
I mean, no, I don't think him getting suspended helps the team. My thing is they should be suspending him. Give him like 10, 15 games, let my man come back. Indefinitely, I think that's a push.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I think I think he's doing sort of or they're doing sort of like what they did with Kyrie Irving.
yeah.
Was that last year or 2 years ago? But I don't think he's going to be suspended for the entirety of the season, right? I think his suspension is based upon the character work that he does with himself and to be a better quote unquote role model or a better NBA player or a better um, vision for the league. I mean, he's been suspended. This is the third time this year, not in 3 years, three
Yeah.
times this year. The first was when he was choking at, not the first one. The second one, he choked out, what's that boy name? When he choked out Rudy Gobert,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think we know what he did initially to Rudy Gobert was fair, I think, but he kind of
Mhm.
held on to the choke a little too long, right?
Yeah.
So that was why he was suspended for that one. I can't remember why he was suspended for the first time. Do you remember why?
I don't know. I don't remember what he did.
Either way, it's a but he has a pattern of being suspended for something
Yeah,
throughout the years, right?
yeah.
So he is a repeat offender, and it's not like he's getting any better. He's just doing the same thing over and over again, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and you can agree, or do you not agree that what he's doing on the court is it hurtful or helpful?
Uh, I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it hurts him, obviously, because he's getting suspended. But
Mm-hmm.
he's been doing it. He's been doing it since I can remember. They got 4 chips. So um he brings some toughness. He has those antics, but for me, it's just like he been doing it. They've been winning championships. So for people to be like, oh, he's hurting the team, I'm just like, the proof is in the pudding. 4 chips.
Also, we all talking about the same dude who kept kicking people in the nuts. Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So okay, so a dude keeps kicking people in the nuts, gets suspended, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. Do you think? Do you not think that? Do you just think he doesn't deserve to be suspended at all? Like he can
No, he
just continue
deserves
to
to
do
be
what he's doing.
suspended. But whatever you about to have him do ain't finna work. Oh, we're gonna have him go through 20 days of procedures. He been kicking people for 10 years, punching people for 10 years, people elbowing people for the past 10 years. Whatever you about to have him do over the next 20, 30 days ain't gonna work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So suspend my man for his 10 games, let him come back. He for me, he's like the new Dennis Rodman, right?
Okay.
People are tuning in to watch him and see what he's gonna do next, right? So let him do him. Suspend him for his 10 games. Let my man come back. Because without him, because I think the Warriors make the NBA watchable, right? It's probably like 5 teams that I think casual fans will watch. It's the Warriors, Lakers. Shoot, give me another two. I'm trying to think. Is
To
it
make
casual?
the NBA watchable,
Yeah, casual fans is gonna tune in and watch. I know they'll watch the Lakers because it's LeBron. They'll watch the Warriors. Who else they trying to watch?
probably nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody
so
else.
yeah, nobody else. So with 2 teams then. So that's the case, and Draymond's part of that. So suspend him his little 10 games. Let my man come back. 20 days, 15 or whatever y'all about to have my man do for to make itself right or whatever. It ain't gonna work. He is who he is.
So just because you believe it's not going to work, do you just because it's not going to work, is that sufficient enough evidence to not have a punishment?
No, I'm not saying not punish him. Punish him, but the indefinite stuff, hey man, hey Draymond, you got 10 days. Here's your fine. Uh, come on back. Like he not gonna change. So either one or 2 things. Put him out the league. Give him his little 10, yeah, give him his little 10 game fine, 10 game fine, 10 game suspension. Let my man come back and we just keep it pushing. Cause he been doing it. So I don't. I'm trying to figure out what the big deal is. He didn't kick people. He didn't choke people. He didn't. So why they trying to blow it up now all of a sudden?
Well, I think at with stuff like this, at a certain point, enough is enough, right? So if you relate it to like this is relevant. So if you relate it to like relationship, right? You you have problems with your significant other. At a certain point, all right, you're gonna keep you're gonna allow it or tolerate it. You're gonna keep tolerating it until that point where I can't tolerate this no more. And I think that's where the Warriors and the NBA are at right now. Okay, I put up with this long. All right, let me try this because they haven't tried nothing like this in the past with him. Even when he punched, even when he punched Jordan Poole in the face, they suspended him like what 1 game, and probably because Jordan Poole probably had it coming.
Yeah. I bet he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
Uh,
nobody just punching nobody for no reason.
Draymond
But I
did.
think
No.
no, but I think they at a point. Like I said, I think they're at a point where like we need to try something different because they haven't tried nothing like this before.
Yeah, I mean,
And just because you think it ain't gonna work, don't mean you should try it.
yeah, no, I agree with that. So yeah, do it over his 10 games. Give him his little training. Let my man back. But it ain't gonna work. 10 years, you gonna fix it in what 10, 20 days?
They thought it was gonna work for Ja Morant.
Yeah, no, man, stop it. Come on, man. They are who they are, man. My man is gonna hit people. He gonna kick people. So Just let him do his little 10-game suspension. Play is fine. Go see a little therapist. They got a little therapy app that they always be talking about. Let him get on that. And
Better help, stuff, whatever it is.
yeah, and then let my man back in the league so he can play another 15 games. Cause ain't nobody really hurt. Who out of all the stuff he done, who actually hurt?
Just because anybody really get hurt,
I'm
don't
saying
mean he didn't do nothing
murder
wrong.
and you got murder and you got attempted murder. He's just attempting to do stuff.
But even conspiracy to commit murder, it comes with a significant penalty.
Yeah, 10 games. Ain't nobody really hurt. So Rudy Gobert ain't hurt. Steven Adams when he kicked him wasn't really hurt. LeBron when he tapped him on the booty wasn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has really been hurt. It's just the stuff just looks really bad. So suspend him for 10 games and let him come back. He ain't really doing nothing like that. Like Jordan Poole, I think did they show a video of Jordan Poole after he punched him?
A video after he punched him?
Or a picture of Jordan Poole? Did Jordan Poole have a black eye?
No. So, yeah.
Ain't nobody. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody really hurt. Put my man back. He ain't really. It's like WWE. You know what I'm saying? WWF wrestling. He's just putting on the show for the people.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
at the same time, probably the league is a business, so they know what sells. So suspending him now for indefinitely and having him come back will draw a little bit more eyes to the Golden State Warriors once he comes back. So that's because I can't, I don't know what their schedule is, but I can almost guarantee you, I bet the game he comes back is going to be a national TV game.
I'm gonna say this. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I think they put him up to it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They probably be putting him up to it. Like he like hey Draymond, go out there. We need something to talk about. Go choke Rudy. Hey Draymond, go kick Steven in the like 10 years, man, and he ain't learned his lesson. Come on, man. All of it is like playing. Draymond, we need you to go out here and do this. And then he go out there and do it. They suspend him for a couple games, and he come back. A couple games go by, he do it again, and now people got something to talk about. And now you got more eyes on NBA games, the Warriors games, because Draymond, you don't know if he gonna beat somebody up or not. So I think that the NBA and the Warriors are putting him up to it. So
okay. Even with Draymond Green, they weren't really doing that well anyway. Currently, they are 11-14. They are 5th in the Pacific division, which divisions don't really matter in baseball. Let me see if I can find their overall standings. The Warriors are 11th in the West. So that's one game out of the play-in spot. Do you think they're gonna make the play-in, the playoffs, or
playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs?
Done.
Yeah, I think they were done even with him playing.
Yeah, they done with him playing. Yeah. Was it Clay? Playing Wiggins, they ain't it.
Just last night, Wiggins came off the bench.
Yeah. Wiggins ain't it playing it. They probably should have traded Wiggins right after that championship.
When his value was the most high.
Value was the most high. Clay probably shouldn't even be there no more, but that's like the downfall of having a dynasty and being loyal to players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you hold on to them longer than you should have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's just
okay. All right. Moving on. After a romp against the Las Vegas Raiders, former then head coach Brandon Staley. Well, no, let me say this. After a romp against the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers decided to fire and relieve Brandon Staley of his duties. He's coached the Chargers for like 3 years. He has a 24-24 record, so that is mediocre. That is the definition of mediocre. What are your thoughts about, I guess, the Chargers and Brandon Staley?
Oh man, Chargers. I can go on
Is
for
this,
the Chargers.
is
What's up?
this sorry to interrupt you. Is this firing warranted? Is it long overdue? What?
Man, my man should have never been hired. Who they
Okay.
fired? Who the black coach they fired? I was salty about that.
Anthony
Anthony
Lynn. I think it was
Anthony Lynn, right? Yeah, they
2
fired
seasons, I
him.
think.
I felt like Anthony Lynn wasn't given a fair shot. So
No.
if we not gonna give him a fair shot, hey, buddy, you got to go too, because you ain't getting the job done. So that's number one.
Yep.
And then Justin Herbert ain't that good to me.
Okay.
So Justin Herbert ain't that good to me. They keep telling me Justin Herbert is this good quarterback. My man can play. He got all the whatever. He a full package, but my man not winning games. So I think it's a combination of the coach not being a good coach, not having the team ready. They just putting him in the job because of what he looked like, and not necessarily they think he's gonna be a good coach. And I think the one reason he got hired, I don't want to sound like no conspiracy theorist, but I feel like every time a black coach get a hold of some talent and they think a team about to be good, they let the black coach go and bring in a white guy.
Yeah.
Right? Only time they hire black coaches, they don't expect the team to be any good. So they hired a black coach to get him on a team that ain't that good and just be losing. Right? I think that's NBA and NFL. Not every case, but I think they do that a lot of the times, right? Mark
Yeah.
Jackson getting the Warriors going, you up out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the firing was warranted. I'm interested to see who they're gonna bring in next. I don't know if they're gonna keep Kellen. What's his name? What's the
Kellen
little
Moore.
Kellen Moore? Yeah, Kellen Moore. I don't know if they gonna keep him and see what he look like as a head coach, or they gonna bring somebody else in. What you think?
I agree with you with your point about the black head coaches, especially in the NFL.
Yeah,
Especially in the NFL. Because it happened. I mean, it happens a lot.
yeah,
You think about John Gruden winning his championship in Tampa Bay. That
yeah,
was Tony Dungy's squad, right?
yeah.
If you give Tony Dungy one more year, he has that championship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you talk about it seems like the one coach that is invulnerable to things like this is Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
And he's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. Actually, he is my favorite coach in the NFL. And the thing with his organization is that they are extremely patient. Like they don't care. Well, it seems like they don't care what color you are, who you are. They only had 3 coaches,
Yeah.
3 head coaches in the past like 60 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talk about Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn took over a team that wasn't good in the first place.
Yeah.
Talking about the Chargers.
Yep.
And then he's the first year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had Tyrod Taylor, and then that's when they had drafted Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. Tyrod Taylor must be the unluckiest dude in the NFL for one. But I'll talk about that later. Tyrod Taylor gets hurt because of a punctured lung because of some physical exam he was doing, and then they throw in Justin Herbert as a rookie. He didn't. That team didn't do too bad as far as like a rookie quarterback goes. But
Mm-hmm.
then you get rid of Anthony Lynn because they didn't win. I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah.
Like the team wasn't good. That's the reason they was able to draft Justin
Quarterback in
Herbert.
the first round. Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't do well. They get rid of Anthony Lynn. They bring in Brandon Staley because he had a okay defense. He was the defensive coordinator for the Rams the year they won the championship, right? Was that 3 years ago? Or was it the year before? Either way, he had Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Floyd. He had all this talent on the Rams, and then he gets credit for they're so deep. They're pretty good defense. So he gets a head coaching job at Los Angeles Chargers. They didn't make the playoffs the first year because of him.
Mm-hmm.
The second year they make the playoffs, and he tricks that off. Like you up like 27-0 at the half and lose the game.
That's when they lost to the Jags, right?
The Jags, yes.
Yeah.
When all you had to do was if you kick a field goal in the second half, like they was shut out in the second half. If you kick a field goal in the second half, you move on.
Yeah. So
they keep him another year, and then you get this. You get what did they lose? Like 63 to 21? Yeah, they lost 172,000 to 6.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how he was able to keep his job for this long, especially after the playoff loss.
Yeah, and Anthony Lynn got let go with the quickness.
Super quick.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Let me see. I don't even remember how long he got because I want to be factual with this. Anthony Lynn, head coaches. Oh, damn. Look like he got 4 years. But out of those 4 years, what quarterbacks did he have? And then, so he coached from 2017 to 2020.
Okay. What was his record?
First, I'm about to get it to you.
Okay.
It's about as mediocre as Brandon Staley, and Anthony Lynn didn't have a quarterback. First year, 9-7.
That's a winning record.
Pretty good. That's a winning record. That's pretty good. Second year, that's 12-4.
Yes.
12-4. That don't look right. Something happened because the next year, 5-11. Happened there, and then this last year, 7-9. So I think what happened with that. I don't understand what happened with that. Because one of those years, Philip, huh? Let me see, 5-11. Let me see this, 2019. Damn, it's not showing. Hold on. Keep talking.
Yeah, I think that might have been like Phillips Rivers last year. I don't know when did Phillips Rivers retire, but yeah. But if my man had a winning record his first 2 years, does that not buy you like a year or two?
It should.
It should buy you some time. So
I mean, well, he got 2 extra years. He got 2 years after that.
Yeah. So, but I had to. I feel like if I win 2 seasons, I should get. That buys me another 2 seasons plus 1. So I think I should get 1 more year to turn it around, especially we drafted a quarterback.
Oh, so okay, yeah. So that 5-11, Philip Rivers was the quarterback. So that was that like Ben Roethlisberger thing. He stayed a little too long.
Yeah, so that was his last year, which they probably forced Philip Rivers on him.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty sure what happened was they had him coaching because they didn't really expect to be good. They had that down year. They saw what Justin Herbert looked like.
Yeah, because the next year, that's when Justin Herbert stepped in.
Yeah.
And that's when they went 9-7.
Yeah. So
or 7-9.
They saw what Justin Herbert was looking like. They said, "Oh, we got a quarterback of the future. We about to be good. We don't want no brother. Get him up out of here. Yeah, get him up out of there. Yeah. Bring somebody Caucasian in. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think it was. But as far as going forward, I think they do need to. I'm a firm believer that uh, the NFL is moving toward offense, right? Offense is just like super important, and I think your head coach needs to be a offensive guy.
Are you done talking? I don't
Yeah,
want to cut you off.
yeah. No, you got it.
I believe when you have a young quarterback, you should get an offensive head coach.
Yeah,
It's too simple to me. That's the problem. Like you had a Brandon Staley, so you think you got a quarterback of the future. So why would you go get a defensive head coach?
yeah. It's a bad decision.
Yeah. So to me, the only reason you go get a defensive head coach is if you already have an established quarterback who can pretty much run an offense by himself,
Mm-hmm.
or in tandem with another offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach or something like that.
Yeah,
Like, because with a defensive background, what has a defensive head coach shown you in terms of developing a quarterback?
yeah,
None.
yeah. Nothing.
Like, so why I don't understand why people do that. That was the same thing that they did with Justin Fields
Mm-hmm.
with his head coach now.
Yeah,
Like they bringing in these dudes, setting them up for failure. So like you think Justin Herbert is not that good? Okay, granted he may not be, but what coach has he had that could bring out whatever talent he has? Because I don't even think Anthony Lynn is the offensive head coach.
no, I think he's a defensive coach too.
Right.
Yeah,
So that's a failure on the leadership up top of just hiring people just for the sake of hiring people.
yeah. No, I agree. I think I'm gonna take what you just said to like just something else with it. You need to hire an offensive coach for that young quarterback because usually in NFL, as you start to win, people get hired away. So if you have a defensive head coach, right? And then
Yep.
that quarterback does get a good offensive coordinator and they're doing good together, somebody's going to hire that offensive coordinator away. So now
Yep.
his development has to start over, right?
Yep.
And he got to work with somebody else. So whenever you got a young quarterback, you got to make his head coach. If he's going to be the reason y'all are winning, you got to make his head coach an offensive guy, so that way you can keep them together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can get hired away from your team unless you're going to be paying unless somebody's okay with staying an offense coordinator and you're going to pay them head coach money because
Yeah.
that's just how it goes in the NFL. It happened with Justin. I think just what's my Jalen Hurts offense coordinator got hired away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
My boy from what Buffalo, his offensive coordinator got hired away,
Gone.
gone,
And
right?
they
So
have a defensive head coach in
yep,
Buffalo.
yep. And once you do good with a quarterback, they gonna hire you, try to make you a head coach somewhere, usually.
Now, and also, I was going to bring up the Jalen Hurts thing, but the thing is that saving him or saving that team or that saving that offense is that head coach is already an offensive head coach.
Yeah.
So when they do hire away the offensive head coach, that drop off isn't going to be so significant. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, it seems to happen every year. Like once the offensive head coach, the offensive coordinator leaves, that offense takes a step back because
Yeah.
they're taking a whole year to learn this new offense. So I like they might not be that great this year on offense, but I think the next year they're going to be pretty. Uh, they're going to go at least go back to that level they was when they reached the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, Cam Newton last week had some thoughts about some quarterbacks in the NFL as far as who's a game manager and who is a game changer. Cam Newton brought up the likes of Dak Prescott. He said he was a game manager. He
Mm-hmm.
said Brock Purdy. He said Brock Purdy is a game manager.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pretty much anybody who ain't
Cam Newton,
Patrick.
what he
Pretty,
was.
pretty much, if their name isn't Patrick Mahomes, he said they was a game manager.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
my estimation.
Just about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think. What are your thoughts? I'll let you get your thoughts off, and then I'll say my piece.
What you say?
No. Okay. I think Cam Newton is like he's half right, half wrong.
Okay.
When he talks about Brock Purdy, when Brock Purdy first got into that system or first starting, he was obviously a game manager. We just don't turn the ball over. This is last year. Don't turn the ball over. Get the ball out quick to these playmakers, and we'll see what happens. And we're gonna win, right? This year at this point he has a whole year under his belt, and he is as efficient as he could be. He is slinging it. It's not just short drop-off passes. He's actually launching the ball down the field. That's what Brock Purdy's doing. Dak Prescott is pretty much in the same boat, I believe. I mean, he's a good quarterback. I don't believe he's a game manager. He is every quarterback. Like, they're doing what I expect from every quarterback. Don't turn the ball over, and we got a chance to win. Because I don't care what quarterback you are. If you turn the ball over, you just giving the other team a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
I believe when Cam Newton speaks about these people, the problem is not so what he's saying. The problem is who's saying it and how he's saying it. Okay. Because Cam Newton, his last couple years in the league, wasn't good at all. Even when he got chance after chance after chance.
My man was hurt.
And you put bad film out there, right? You out there, ain't you?
Yeah, he out there.
Are you out?
You out there?
Okay, all right. Yeah. You out there.
All everybody got bad film out there, but go ahead.
Exactly. Okay, you put bad film out there. Anyway. And aside from, let me see. Aside from that one MVP year, I've never been a huge Cam Newton fan in the first place.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is right there. I mean, he was cool. He was all right.
I'm listening.
But yeah. I mean, but it sounds like he's hating. Because at the beginning of this year, what did Cam Newton say? He thought there was not 32 quarterbacks in the league better than him. And he may be right. It may not be 32. It may be 25.
Yeah.
But when you say stuff like that at the beginning of a season, and then you come back at the middle of the season and you talk about how these quarterbacks ain't this and these quarterbacks ain't that, the message is the message is getting lost because of the messenger.
Yeah, I agree. Because you got haters.
Yeah, you got haters. Yeah.
You got haters, people that don't like them. So they're gonna try to attack the person instead of attack the message.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Cam Newton, the player, is even though he got some bad film out there, my man was at Auburn. Come on now.
We're not talking about Auburn.
I'm just saying that when he was the NFL Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Set some rookie records. My man took his team to the Super Bowl, multiple time Pro Bowler, multiple time All Pro. So I think instead of trying to understand what he was saying, a lot of people was trying to attack him. Mm-hmm. So as far as game manager, I understand what he's saying. So I think if you took Brock Purdy off that team and put Dak Prescott on it, you think they still had the same success?
If you switch the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
If you put Dak on
49ers.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I think that's the point that he was trying to make. Like, he's not saying they're bad quarterbacks. He's not saying that. He's not using game manager as a like a negative connotation. Everybody looked at it as negative, right?
Yeah.
He's saying and it's kind of how I'm looking at it. If I took Brock Purdy and I put Dak on that team, same success. If I took Brock Purdy, I put Josh Allen, probably same success. If I took Brock Purdy and put a decent quarterback on that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just they're gonna probably have the same success, if not greater,
Okay.
right? Now, if I took Lamar Jackson off of Baltimore and I put Brock Purdy on there, you think he doing what Lamar Jackson doing over there?
No.
Game changer, right? Lamar Jackson, game changer for me. My boy from Buffalo, game changer. Patrick Mahomes, game changer. One thing I did disagree with what Cam said. He was like Tom Brady, game changer. I'm like, no, not. He said game manager. He called Tom Brady a game manager and Drew Brees a game
Okay.
manager. I think those guys are game changers, right? Because I feel like no matter what you gave them, and I think the definition of he used truck and trailer, but for me, the definition of a game changer is no matter what you give me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Game manager is like I need some talent. I need a lot of talent around me, and I'm gonna make it look good. But if I don't got too much, if I don't got a lot of talent around me, it ain't gonna like Patrick Mahomes. Who he got outside of Travis Kelce?
Mm. So your point about Breeze, I mean, looking back, Breeze had a lot of talent
Okay,
around him.
all right.
I mean,
Okay.
your point about Tom Brady is accurate.
But yeah, okay. Let's
It's
say, but
like
he said
because
Breeze. All right, I just like Breeze a little bit. So, but
I
Breeze did have some talent. I'm not gonna. You got me on that one. But Tom Brady's always.
no. You're right about Tom Brady. Tom Brady
Yeah.
did not
So
have always have the talent.
for me, game manager is you need some talent and you're gonna be successful. It's not a knock against you, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we all like most people need talent to be successful. But Patrick Mahomes got Travis Kelce over there, uh, balling. Lamar, right? Balling no matter who you throw out there. No offensive line. No, I'm ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it wasn't necessarily a negative thing. It was more so there's different types of quarterbacks. Cam Newton, no matter I don't know who was his number one wide receiver when he went to the Super Bowl.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, exactly. My point. So he was a game changer. Mike Vick, game changer. Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady, game changer. No matter who you give me, I'm going to make sure that we win some games and we're successful. And those
Okay.
quarterbacks for me don't necessarily do that.
So you say Cam Newton was a game changer. All right. So at what point did he stop being a game changer?
After they lost in the Super Bowl.
That was that was bro. That was like his fifth year in the league. He played another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 7.
Okay. I mean, hey man, he like a comment. I'm not here to. I just know at one point in time, Cam Newton
Like you
was.
said,
That's all I'm saying. Mike Vick at
yeah.
one point in time was a game changer, right? Everybody has their run. He had his run, right? At his peak, he was one of the best.
Okay.
So
So can you consider yourself a game changer if you did it 1 year?
I think he did it for like 4 or 5 years, from his rookie year to that year he got to the Super Bowl. I think he was a game changer. So is that a 5 year run?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
five.
we got so once he so the Super Bowl year was 2015.
Okay.
So from rookie year to that year, he went 6-10 rookie. I don't care.
Yeah, but
Seven
he was
nine, he got
okay.
better. 12-4, we got exponentially better. 5-8-1.
I think he was hurt.
I don't know what happened. He played 14 games that year.
Oh, I don't know then. Probably was still hurt though.
Yeah, okay. Then the next year, Super Bowl, 15-1. That one is to the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, 6-8. And 2017, 11-5. And then after that, it was 6-8, 0-2. So he got hurt. 7-8, 0-5. So after the Super Bowl, it was like you say he got hurt, all right, but he was out there. He wasn't that hurt.
He's still a game changer. Like we could go through. He still was a game changer. That's all I'm saying. So, is this a conversation about Cam or is this a conversation about game changers? and game managers?
I think it's game changers and game managers.
Okay, but that's what. So
And
that's
then let me be honest. I am biased too
because you're a
because
Falcons
I'm a
fan.
Falcons fan. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's my point. So this is my whole point with it. Let's not go after Cam Newton. Let's go
okay,
after the opinion that he had.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? So the opinion was these guys are game managers versus game changers, and I think Dak is a game manager. Not to be bad, but I think um if Dak doesn't have all that talent around him, he's not doing it. I think I could take Dak out,
true,
throw Brock Purdy. He can have that success that Doc is having,
true.
Dak is having in there. I think I can take
Right.
Dak out, throw Jalen Hurts in there, and he can still do what Dak is doing. And you feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, but I can't pull Lamar out of Baltimore and throw Dak. It ain't. Come on, man.
No,
I
he's
could
he's,
I
he's
could
that guy.
take two. I can take Tua out of Miami, throw Dak over there. I think they having success still.
Okay, what do you think about Tua? I think he's a game manager.
I think he's a game manager too.
Okay,
So that's all I'm saying. Like, not saying they're not
okay.
good quarterbacks. They're good quarterbacks, but
So
I
let's
think you could replace him with another. I think they're like maybe 4 or 5 quarterbacks that you can't replace. You can only replace them with each other. So I think you can take I think you could take Patrick out of Kansas City, put Lamar up there.
yeah,
I think you know what I'm saying, and Lamar gonna
yeah.
do his thing.
So what stat would you use? I'm trying to get a list, right? What stat would you use to determine who's a game manager, game changer, right? Would it be
I
uh
test.
okay, I test.
Yeah, I test. You can, bro. If you look at the game, you be like, okay, yeah. Like Lamar gonna go anywhere and be successful. As long, you know what I mean. Patrick gonna go
Yeah,
anywhere and be successful. My boy, and even though he turned the ball over a lot up in Buffalo, he gonna go anywhere. He gonna do his thing.
yeah. We got Dak Prescott. You said he's a game
Yeah,
manager.
yeah.
I agree. I could agree. Jared Goff.
Game manager.
Okay. Brock
We,
Purdy. You
they
said that
all,
already.
bro. Patrick Mahomes, uh, um Lamar Jackson, my boy Allen. You give me another game changer. They're my 3 game changers. Give me another one.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Okay, yeah, I'll go Jalen Hurts, game changer. Give me another one.
What you think about Trevor Lawrence? The
I
jury's
ain't,
still
wa-
out.
I ain't watched enough. I ain't seen enough from him yet.
I mean, they doing all right,
Yeah.
and considering the lack of talent that he has around him,
So he might be a game changer.
so he's on the fence. Like he's just we still don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't too many. Not even enough worth bringing up, right?
Yeah.
So you got, I mean, outside of Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, everybody else is game managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else is knocking socks off over here.
That's all he was saying. But they like, you a hater. Like, am I though?
But you can't admit like the messenger is kind of flawed.
I get it, but this is my point though. Who are me and you to say anything?
Yeah, we ain't played.
Who is anybody to say anything? Everybody give it an opinion. We
Yeah.
give our opinion, right? So I'm when he talking, I'm just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not like Cam, you can't play no more. What that got to do with what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
Mm-hmm.
my only thing. Like, if you got a problem with the message, attack the message. Don't attack the messenger.
Yeah. But and also I think the message is skewed because of the manner in which he presents it a lot of times too. Because like I said earlier, it's like ain't 32 better than me. And then you go off and rant like do this whole rant. Cause like you're already like he came off as a hater but at the beginning. So anything you say after that will be attacked because you seem like a hater. Does that make sense?
Is he hating? Is it? I mean, is there 32 quarterbacks better than him?
When you go off this last year, yeah, probably.
I don't know. I think maybe. I'm just saying, like, I don't see it as hating. I see it as him. Um, like, what is he supposed to say? Yeah, there's 32 quarterbacks better than me, and I should be on the NFL roster. Let me, like, what else is he supposed to say? I'm saying the same thing. I ain't even in the NFL. Ain't no 32 quarterbacks better than me.
but we haven't seen you play though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think he's been given as far as like what teams has he been on that what situations has Cam Newton been in his later stages of his career that he's supposed to be successful? That you was like, oh, he should be doing more. He got weapons around him. Tell me the situation. Like a lot of times we like to be like, oh well, he ain't doing good. Look who he's surrounded with. The Pats, when he was there, they suck, they still sucking. Yes
Yeah.
or no? How the Panthers doing right
True.
now? How the Panthers doing right now?
True.
Oh, that's
Sucking.
all that's all I'm saying. So like was it Cam Newton sucking or was he part of an organization, a part of a team that didn't what's the name? That didn't put him in situations to succeed? Because we all know, like at work, brother, you're gonna get put in situations where it ain't the best situation for you. Now, is it that you're not good, or is it that you're just in a bad situation? So I think he was just in bad situations in his later stages of his career, coupled with the fact that he wasn't what he used to be.
Okay. There
So
you go.
he was like in game
He wasn't helping.
he wasn't a game changer no more, right? He was a game manager. You feel me? And
Yeah.
he didn't have enough talent around him to be a game manager.
Yeah, he didn't help his case either.
Yeah, he ain't helping. Yeah, I can agree with that. There's no doubt about it. But like you always say, two
Two
things
things can be true.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just
So right, like the teams weren't good, right? And also he wasn't that good either.
yeah.
Couple, like I mean, just like yeah, like he wasn't doing much, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking at it, but whatever.
I'm not disagreeing. But after you carry a franchise for the longest, because he was carrying
Yeah,
them, he carried the Panthers. He carried them, and that's going to take a toll on you.
yeah.
So
I
eventually,
think, I think, I think it was. I think also now we're going on Cam Newton. I think it also was a product. He was a product of him having a defensive head coach.
mm, yeah,
Because Ron Rivera was his coach for
yeah.
most of the time he was
What
there.
is Ron Rivera doing right now?
He ain't doing a daggone. I don't even know why he's still there
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Washington.
They love these coaches in the NFL and just they love to like try to place the blame on these players. I'm just like, bruh, what are you doing?
Yeah,
What has he done since Cam? They try to make because he want to bring Cam into Washington, right? It's like when he got the job and Cam needed a job. But what has he done since he's been in Washington?
they ain't done nothing. I don't even think they made the playoffs since he's been there,
Yeah,
if I'm not
Blake,
mistaken.
Bob Ron Rivera.
Yeah, he. Oh, I think he's going after this year.
Yeah,
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be there this year, but because they got that new ownership. You know, Magic Johnson is part of that ownership.
yeah. Who is Cam? Who is Cam play with? Name outside of Olsen. Name a player that Cam played with that was worth anything.
Kelvin Benjamin was good 1 year.
Okay. What has he done?
1 year. I'm making your point. I'm just saying he was good that one
Yeah,
Super Bowl
yeah.
year. And then I don't know what. And I think, and then they had a good defense too. Well, all right, it was an all right defense.
Game
Anyway,
game changer.
game changer. All
Yeah,
right.
he was a
Anyway,
game changer. Yeah.
Shohei Otani just signed a 10-year, $700 million deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Let me get some of that, brother.
Yeah, let me hold $1. Shohei Otani decided to defer $680 million of that to the back end of his contract. So he will only get about $2 million a year for the next 10 years. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it.
What do you think about this move?
I mean, as long as if he can get all his money, I think it's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of smart. Now your team can start to bring in like other talented players. You can make sure you win. Although I know in baseball,
That
uh,
shit don't matter.
it don't really matter. But I mean, I guess it helps. But yeah, I mean, he's like $2 million a year. I'm gonna get paid. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get some endorsements and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it was smart. But I wonder like what prompted it. Like, did somebody tell him that, or you know what I mean? Like, where did that come from?
I think he he's signed with the Dodgers. The
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers are in California. California has
They tax.
stupid state tax. So
Uh,
what you do is, let me get the $2 million a year.
yeah.
I'll leave,
To
or not
China,
leave,
back
or
to
I'll
Japan.
move. I'll move wherever,
Yeah.
and then I'll get the whole. Like maybe say I move to Florida or Texas
Yeah.
or Nevada.
Mm.
Give me my money when I'm there,
Yeah.
so I can get all of the 680.
It is right there. That's
I don't
boom.
think I don't think it had nothing to do with we gonna I'm gonna take a pay cut so y'all can bring in some talent.
Yeah.
No, that'll
Yeah.
be nice,
Yeah. If
but
that's what I want to
but if
do.
but if California had zero state tax,
Yeah.
do you? I don't think he'd be like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna defer
When you
this.
when you put it like that, yeah, he said, "I want all my cheese."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he gets $2 million a year state tax. So he probably, I don't know what the percentages is. He
They're
ain't
gonna
gonna get. They gonna
take
tax that ass. Like
Yeah.
he probably get just above $1 million, if that, a
Mm.
year.
Yeah.
But he also got the endorsement, so that ain't hurting him too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that, I didn't think about that. That's smart.
Yeah, this one he got some good business advisors.
Yeah.
Um, Bradley Beal sprains his ankle, so he's hurt
Oh,
again.
yeah.
So the Suns ain't doing nothing, man. What's your thoughts about these Phoenix Suns?
Oh man. So my thing with just basketball, we talk about this all the time. Like, it's certain players that are talented and they're good. They just missing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That stops them from being like an all time great. That puts them in a GOAT conversation. Or just makes them like a superstar. And like Bradley Beal is like super talented, right? Can shoot it, can get to the rack. I think who is it? Book. He good, super talented. Kevin Durant, super talented. But at no point did I think they was going to championship.
Right.
There's just something missing there, right? But if you had told me take Kevin Durant off that team, you put LeBron on that team with Bradley Beal and D Book, you know what I think?
What's up?
Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Because everybody tells me Kevin Durant and LeBron is like comparable, right? At one point in time, were they
I
not?
ain't told you that.
But that's been a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So what is it? If I take D Book off that team and I insert uh like a Steph Curry, I'm thinking championship, right?
Yeah.
But D Book is, for me, just for the most part, just as talented as Steph Curry. Can shoot it,
If
big,
not more.
right? So what is it about that unit or those players? What are they missing to where those three are together, but I'm not thinking championship?
What you've seen in the past. Nothing. Nothing about those three screams championship or scream it factor. Like nobody knows what it is, but you
Yeah,
know they ain't got it.
yeah,
Right. And then another thing, especially with Bill and Durant, they get hurt.
yeah.
They get hurt like all the time. So at some point, they will not be in the lineup because of injury. All three of them. Because Book
So,
got hamstring problems.
yeah,
Bill got a back problem. So you never know what's going on with the back.
yeah.
Kevin Durant is just like a lot of lower body stuff, right?
Hmm.
Ankle, foot, because he's just so long and lean and tall.
So if they were healthy, you think they would still? You think they win it?
No, because they still don't have that it factor.
What is it? What is it that like a Steph
But
Curry or
it's
LeBron James? What do they have that makes them? Because Kevin Durant got championships, right?
yeah, but he got championships with Stephen Curry,
Okay, yeah.
who has it.
So what makes a Steph Curry, a LeBron James, Timmy Duncan, a Kobe Bryant, a Shaquille O'Neal, a Dwayne Wade? What do they
Oh, I know
have?
what it is.
What
I know what it is.
what?
We just said it like last week, or I just said it, or whoever. It's a league full of people that don't love basketball.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't say for sure that they don't love basketball, but they don't. That I think that's what it is, right? Kevin Durant he just wants to hoop. Yeah, he just wants to play because it's fun. That's what it seems like to me. I want to
Mm.
do this because it's fun, but I'm not doubting that he puts in the work. But is he putting in the right work, or is he putting in work just because like I'm just having fun?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense or no?
yeah. I think it makes sense, but I think it's two things. I think it's uh I don't even think it's I think it's more so like as far as like personal development. So
Mm-hmm.
uh have you developed yourself into a leader? And I think we talked about this the other day. Leadership is
Yeah.
a skill. It's a skill, right? So have
Mm-hmm.
you developed that skill to basically lead people, lead the troops, to get people to follow you, to get people to want to play for you, right?
Yeah.
I don't, and so that's one. I don't think they necessarily develop themselves as leaders, right? Because you always hear how LeBron is a great leader, right? Uh, Steph is a great leader. They talk about how Tim Duncan was a good leader, right? Because I think Popovich did some stuff in the military, so I'm pretty sure he helped Tim Duncan develop into a leader. So I think it's one, they're not necessarily good leaders. So because I've never heard much about Kevin Durant leadership skills or Devin Booker's leadership or Bradley Beal, right? They just hoopers. They not necessarily leading the team.
Right.
Um, and then I don't think they want to be all-time greats.
I was getting to that. I was just about to get to that because when you talk about LeBron, he's playing for something.
Hmm.
He's still chasing the GOAT.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, I watched I don't know if you saw, did you see the documentary Underrated Steph
No.
Curry? You should watch it. He's playing for something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the blah 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 of all time. The greatest blank of all time.
Yeah.
They're playing for something. And I don't know if and I think that's the point I was getting to, but I wasn't articulating myself that well. But what is Kevin? I don't think Kevin Durant is playing for something.
You just hooping.
He's just hooping, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
out here hooping. All right, y'all going to the park? All right, cool. I'll beat up there.
Yeah.
Book, I don't. I mean, maybe. I mean,
I don't. I don't see
he's
it.
still young.
I don't. I still don't see it though.
Yeah,
Do you like? You can. When I watched the NBA, I could. When I used to watch Kobe, I knew Kobe was playing for something.
yeah.
I knew Shaq was playing Shaq like I'm
I'm
most
trying to
dominant
be the most dominant blah 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 of all time. I'm
ever, right?
trying to be blah 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 of all time.
And the thing about that is that never stops. You got to keep trying to do that all the way until your last game. You got to show that you're the most dominant until your last game.
Until
You
you
got,
can't no more.
yeah, until you can't no more, right? That so they basically create a goal that you have to keep chasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like LeBron trying to be the GOAT, you got to keep chasing that. You till until you don't play no more, you got to keep trying to show that you the king or the greatest of all time. Uh, yeah, in step two. So yeah, I think a lot of these. So my question would be, who in the NBA today, if anybody, when you watch him, you're like, okay, this guy is trying to like leave a legacy. Because I don't think nobody's trying to like leave
Giannis.
a legacy anymore. Giannis.
Giannis. I believe Giannis. I think Giannis. Because you got to think about the way he grew up. I don't know if you saw that movie on Disney Plus. It's called.
I seen snippets of
But
it. Yeah, I seen.
yeah, whatever that movie is. I mean, obviously it's a movie, but you kind of get a sense of what he's playing. He's playing for something,
Yeah,
right? He got his little brother, or his little brother or big brother. One of his brothers is on the daggone team for some
yeah.
reason. Like he's playing for something. And outside of him, um, I would say Jimmy is playing for something. He just doesn't have the talent, right? He got the will, but he just ain't got the talent.
Yeah. Got the will, he
But
just ain't got the way.
yeah. I would say, yeah, LeBron, Steph, Giannis, Jimmy. Let me look at these teams. I don't think nobody on Boston is playing for nothing. Embiid ain't playing. Embiid playing for stats.
Yeah.
Nobody on Orlando. I mean, that's a young squad. They nice. Yeah, nobody else is doing nothing. Anthony Edwards. He playing for something.
That's who
But
I
he's just
that's what I
young.
was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I think if I had to pick somebody that has the opportunity to like be the best in the world and like do something and win multiple championships out of young
Yeah,
player, probably Anthony.
yeah.
Edwards.
But outside of these people, they not playing for that. Ain't nobody else playing for that. And that just brings back to my point. Like LeBron is taking advantage, which he should, of a league that's full of people that aren't playing for something.
They just hooping.
And they just hooping. And that's why he's been able to sustain this level of greatness for this long.
Yeah, because he still got that old school mentality. Because
Mm-hmm.
he old, right? Obviously, so he ran into Timmy, he ran into Shaq, he ran into Cole. You know what I mean? And so yeah. Step two, right? Yeah, because he was around a little bit around those times.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it. We done took up enough of y'all's time. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to. This has been Relevant. I'm your host, Rello. This is Rob.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week on another episode of Relevant.